On a dark and stormy night, an abandoned mansion stood silently on the outskirts of a forgotten town, surrounded by overgrown woods. Thunder cracked in the distance, casting fleeting glimpses of the crumbling structure. The mansion was shrouded in whispers of fear, its secrets buried beneath decades of decay. That night, the forgotten passage was about to be uncovered, unleashing horrors long sealed away. Inside the mansion, a group of 5 young friends wandered cautiously, their flashlights piercing through the thick, dust-filled air. Shadows flickered across the decaying walls, creating an eerie atmosphere. They had ventured there in search of a rumored hidden passage, despite their unease. The tales of treasure and mystery had lured them, even as doubts gnawed at their resolve. Nervous glances passed between them as they pressed further into the house, the creaking floorboards beneath their feet amplifying the oppressive silence. In one of the grand halls, the group discovered a massive portrait of a woman dressed in black. Her painted eyes seemed to follow their every movement, intensifying their discomfort. Caleb, one of the friends, identified her as Lady Eliza Ravenswood, the mansion's former owner. The tragic tale of her madness following her son's mysterious disappearance lingered in the air as Caleb recounted it. When Ben noticed something concealed behind the painting, curiosity overcame their apprehension. They moved the portrait aside to reveal a small wooden door, its hinges rusted and its surface marred with deep scratches. Behind it lay a narrow staircase descending into darkness. Despite their fears, the group decided to explore further, the air growing colder as they descended. Faint whispers began to fill the silence, sending chills down their spines. The staircase led them to a strange chamber adorned with ancient carvings of eyes, mouths, and hands etched into the walls. The atmosphere was thick with an unnameable dread. Suddenly, a loud thud echoed behind them as the door above slammed shut, trapping them. Panic set in as the whispers around them deepened into guttural growls. The walls themselves seemed to shift and writhe, the symbols taking on a life of their own. From the shadows, a voice boomed, warning them that they should not have come. Moments later, a grotesque figure emerged, its hollow eyes and jerky, unnatural movements striking terror into the group. The twisted humanoid creature began to chase them, forcing them to flee deeper into the passage. The friends stumbled into a large, circular room dominated by a glowing pit surrounded by a pile of bones. Caleb speculated that the space was a burial ground, its purpose dark and foreboding. The creature, relentless in its pursuit, cornered them in the chamber, letting out a piercing scream that made the walls tremble. Desperation fueled their actions as Caleb found an ancient book containing strange symbols. Convinced it held the key to their survival, he began chanting an incantation. The creature writhed in agony, but the room continued to collapse around them. Caleb's companions questioned his actions, but their situation left no room for argument. With the chant complete, the creature let out a final, deafening scream before disintegrating into nothingness. The pit erupted with light, and the group was thrown back by the force of it. When they regained consciousness, they found themselves outside the mansion. The storm had passed, leaving an eerie calm in its wake. Doubts lingered about whether the ordeal had truly ended, but relief mingled with their exhaustion. As the sun began to rise, the group turned their backs on the mansion, but the faint sound of whispers followed them, hinting that some secrets might never truly rest. The camera lingered on the mansion, its facade now bathed in morning light. Slowly, the front door creaked open, revealing a pair of hollow eyes gleaming in the darkness beyond. The scene faded to black, leaving an unsettling sense of unfinished business.